NCRP Productions presents Fantasy Flight's Star Wars RPG, Episode 13.
Hello, and welcome to the table in a galaxy far, far away. I will be your DM today, David. We are playing Fantasy Flight games Star Wars, Age of Rebellion, Edge of Empire, and Force and Destiny as one game. Let's meet our players, starting with my left.
Hello everybody, this is Josh. I would be playing Locke, the Zabrak Bounty Hunter Gadgeteer.
Hey, it's Barry. I am running Grist, the Squib Shadow Sentinel.
Hi, this is Ty, playing Victus, the Twi'lek Makashi Duelist.
So guys, one of those things I want to address, we would have had a fourth player 6 who is not here with us currently. Life always, of course, comes in and advances, and we always like to see our players and fellow friends do better. So we will be playing with just these 3 players tonight. Just like we normally do with every game, can I please get a D12 roll, which is that white force dice, and tell me what we got?
3 dark
Of course, it's out of balance.
Let's start with the left side.
Oh, my bad, sorry.
And then we'll get there, Victus. I know you're excited to finally get dark.
I know,
dark points.
the hatred's strong tonight.
It's a dark from Locke.
So, 1 dark from Locke.
It's also a dark from Grist.
1 dark from Grist.
And 1 dark from Victus.
Guys, I can't tell you how happy I am for this. This is already a wonderful start to this story. So, let's go over one of the other rules. So, remembering last time that 6 did have obligation activated, so everyone is reduced 1 strain permanently. That is still continuing for this story arc. Another thing I wanted to add, there was a mechanic that the game does have that we were kind of holding off on that we want to bring up to the forefront now, which is as we roll advantage and threat, our players will be taking strain and healing strain as other options for that moving forward. So, when we last left our daring crew, they had escaped from the Red Sand Runners and were adrift in space, trying to figure out what they wanted to do, stay on the down low, when they were attacked by multiple ships bearing a shoddy resemblance of the Black Sun. After some hair-raising flight maneuvers and combat, force-pulling a ship the size of a Rancor to dock, when all seemed about over, the actual Black Sun appeared, destroyed the remnants, and have now taken you captive as they are bringing you guys to the main location that was given to you by that shadowy figure. Your team is exiting hyperspace with you're realizing from quick coordinates from the ship and navigation that you are in the RETEP 5 sector of space. As you approach and looking out your windows of the gunner seat or from like a screen on the ship, you see what looks like a large asteroid adrift in space. You see lights and antennae coming from it, some blue shield coming from the bottom. The asteroid looks kind of like a large, almost egg. Bottom top up, you can see where there's the blue field of a landing strip, so your ships can land in there, your starships can land. You can see as your ships approaches closer, that there appears to be turrets and a few more starships kind of circling and running patrol. You guys realize that your ship's navigation has been grav locked and is pulling in.
Oh, about to punch into the system.
Yep. You hear over your comms, "Everyone, just relax. We'll have you landing shortly. When you do, don't mind the disturbing sounds that you may hear around your ship. We will make sure you are safely brought into custody."
Custody? What? Oh, man. I got a bad feeling about this.
Are you asking the ship or are you asking your team?
Well, I'm asking the team right now.
Are we like,
I'm
have
gonna
we
go
come
up
out
and
of our
ask
battle
6,
stations?
correct?
Yeah. So you guys are free to move about the cabin, so to speak. Essentially, you know that you've been escorted to this area. The ships escorting you were Black Sun marked, and it seems like they have more than meets the eye. But you can wander around your ship. You can start doing whatever you need to do. Arm, disarm, hide stuff, whatever you think could help get you out of this situation. All possible options. The only downside is you guys don't have destiny points to play with to help get you out.
Not at all. But yeah, I mean, my thing would be after, basically hand wafting the smoke from the room that I was working in away, I'm going to go run up to the bridge and I'm going to talk with Six, find out what it is that we're supposed to do. I mean, Six seems to be pretty calm right now, so I'm assuming Six has it under control.
If you ran up to where the cockpit would be, the cockpit is locked.
Six has locked us out?
Six is, you can hear and start to, like, as you kind of like thud and are trying to ask.
Oh, that was way too polite. I'd be cop knocking.
Yeah. As you're like, boom, 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 what are we going to do?
Six!
Yeah, you just hear beeping and you can hear the engines beginning like, whoom, 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 whoom. As like, Six seems to be trying everything that she can to get this ship out of gravlock by either false starting the engines, whatever she can do. This is why you're being slowly dragged into this landing bay.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, if I can't get to Six, I'm going to go and find Locke.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, how long has it been since our space battle between there and here? Like, so we had time to get out of the gunner.
Yeah, you had time to get out.
So yeah, I mean, I'm probably pretty close by then in that case. So.
Yeah, I would say about. With the coordinates given to you, it's been about 4 hours.
Well, yeah, when we start getting pulled towards the asteroid, then Locke immediately will head for his personal belongings to arm and armor himself. Prepare for
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to then just sit in the commons room and wait till somebody comes in here.
You guys do remember that you have not seen Victus, which we also do remember from last time. Victus was on some type of spirit journey or force of vision.
Yeah, my notes say Victus has a vision, but that's not like Grist knows that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I did get woken up right before we ended
Yes.
it. So I'm conscious. I'm currently in the top ball gunner seat. Well, I realized that this thing has kind of gone to hell in a handbasket. So I'm gonna pull myself out of my seat and slide down the rails into the main lobby.
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. It looks like Six got us in more of their trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, you didn't do anything, right? I mean, you didn't do anything. I know I did.
So, like, I recall a roll towards the end of the game where we rolled to identify the ships that we were being pulled in, the ships that we were fighting, right? But we didn't actually see anything on this asteroid. This is only, so like there are no markings or like symbols of who we're dealing with on the asteroid.
No, you do see that these ones, the ones who came and saved you from the previous ships, which were bearing the symbol of the Black Suns, but not well. Like, they look like they were shoddily put together. These are legitimate Black Suns. You are coming.
So
to,
we're confident this is
yeah. This
Suns.
This is in some way affiliated with the Black Suns. The issue is how deep are you into their territory?
Right. Well,
I don't remember. I don't think I knew anything about the Black Suns.
well, if they wanted us dead, they would have blown us up already. So I think it's best to see. I mean, they're gonna probably offer something.
It's like just as Victor says that, like Locke comes in the room, like literally, like geared to hell and back, got his armored clothing on, his carbine. He's like checking his wrists, like making sure everything's ready to go. These are the Black Sun we're dealing with.
Yeah, like so. And I'm sitting there in my normal clothes with I think I've got the blaster on my side, as a blaster pistol, whatever it is. I have my one weapon. I'm looking at Locke. Should I go get more dressed?
You might want to put on a little more armor than that.
I don't have armor. I can go get another weapon.
Do you have a weapon? Are you holding a weapon?
Yeah, I got this. I pull out the double T24 hand holdout blaster and I kind of spin it and show it to you.
It goes off.
No, I'm way better than that. That's the one thing I actually know and respect is guns.
Gun safety.
Oh, wait.
Didn't see that.
I have a vibro knife.
Yeah, someone gave you a vibro knife somewhere.
I have a vibro knife.
Bibo.
Bibo.
A Bibo knife.
Bibo.
All right.
But
Bibo
I've got
goes west.
I've got the harness, and then I've got heavy clothing as armor.
Chris, where's Six?
Locked in the cockpit. She won't answer the
Six.
door. I've tried.
Do you read? Come on.
Yeah, it didn't work either.
Nothing.
Yeah. You do still hear the ship kind of trying to thrust and get out. Lights keep kind of turning off and on as you
It's
can
futile.
If you guys are okay, I better go check engineering. This is gonna play havoc with the engine.
Well, Victus feels that the only thing we can do is wait and prepare. So I'm going to sit down in the center of the room and kind of cross my legs and just kind of start to meditate.
The center of the room's the table. Are you sitting on the
No,
eating
well,
table?
like the floor.
The
like,
floor.
because
Okay,
remember,
no,
your
I
ship
would not-
has
Do
that.
you float?
Right,
Well,
I wish.
remember for
One
your
day.
guys' ship, the YT-2000, the loading ramp actually loads into the center.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I want to, wherever they're going to come in from,
The
I want to be
loading ramp.
waiting there cross-legged meditating.
So what does meditation look like to Victus?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, if you don't float, it's kind of useless.
Rancor move myself.
I love it.
I mean, yeah, I would stop as he gets to the position. I would kind of peek out, see if he's going to float this time. He's not. I'm going to go back into engineering.
So Victus's meditation is kind of like a classic monk meditation where his legs are crossed like normal, and his hands are, his index fingers are bent inwards, and his two other hands are crossing each other like one on top of the other, and he just sits there, closes his eyes, and just sits there. And he's in tuning with the Force. He is preparing himself. He is trying to keep his emotions in check, which is very strange for him because most of the time he's trying to get himself agitated to use his emotions. But over the past 2 weeks, it has become more and more clear to him that whenever he does that, he gets hurt more. And it seems that when he actually calms himself, his results seem to be better. But so he's attempting to kind of reach that moment potentially.
Meanwhile, Locke's like loading slugs into a slug thrower, and he just kind of raises a brow as he looks over at Victus.
So I'll peek up out of the engineering. Locke, did you do anything cool yet? I mean, I don't want to miss anything, but I just want to make. I mean, most of the stuff that we put together, it's holding. I mean, so far, I'm worried. That sound. I
You
don't
smell anything burning down there?
know. Not well. I mean, not new.
All right.
Keep looking.
So, as you guys were doing this, the ship has made its way into the landing bay, and you can hear the ship kind of.
Okay, I'm gonna come running out of the engineering room into the common room. Okay, that's not good. We just landed.
I'm still silent, so I'm not saying anything.
All right, somebody, we gotta get Six on the comms here. Six, come on, do you copy? I mean, seriously, we really need you right now.
As you begin to dial in that doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo, trying to do it, you guys hear boom, boom, is coming from outside of the ship. You hear what sounds like pshh.
Does that sound like the release of the?
It sounds like it doesn't sound like your ship has opened its doors, but it sounds like someone somewhere in the ship has vented, has decompressed the ship.
Decompress the ship.
Or not but pretty much actually no,
equalizing.
Equalizing it. Sorry, there we go. That's what I was looking for.
All right.
Oh my god.
You guys are gonna get explosively jettisoned.
This is not how Victus dies.
Guys, guess what? You all failed.
Is there outside of the cockpit? Is there something where I can go get readings on inside outside?
Yes, so there is, just like in any ship, there's always like a substation and stuff like that. So you can try to see what's going on. You're not going to get a much better reading, but you will at least get something.
Yeah.
Give me like a computer's check. This would be one difficulty, is you're just trying to
I'm following along with Grist and helping him, so you get an extra green.
Oh,
Because I have intellect 3.
all right. So
Nice.
under the new rules, I have rolled net 2 threat, so I'm going to take 2 strain
Okay.
for that. Correct?
Yes, that would be the
Now,
rule.
does that threat also have potentially other effects?
It has story effect.
Okay.
Because this is not in combat.
Gotcha.
If I was in combat, it gives me the ability to add blue to myself. I can use it in many different ways.
Okay. But out of it, we're not adding blues or anything like that. Okay. So I have 5 successes and 2 threats.
Victus,
Okay.
don't let him in. And I'm walking out of the room.
Don't let.
What? Did you get?
So easily disturbed. As you kind of Victus begins to refocus, and you can feel Victus in the Force. When an animal is being hunted, that feeling comes back to you.
Right.
As you guys, as Locke and Grist make their way to a computer panel to kind of get readings, Grist, you succeed,
Oh.
and essentially as you're kind of like pushing through it, you can see the screen kind of like for a second, it like glitches.
Hang on. I can get rid of that.
And as you clean it up, your ship's showing green, apart from the damages that you've incurred from previous session in the combat. Essentially, it's reading stable. There seems to be something attached to your ship. There's something attached to the landing parts, like the landing legs, and then something attached to the top. And as you do, can I have everyone roll me a resilience check, difficulty 3?
Resilience is a skill.
Resilience.
Bronze plus resilience.
Bronze plus resilience. It is a
Bronze
skill.
with resilience upgraded. You're done.
It's under your general skill tree. It is above skullduggery, below piloting space.
Oh boy. It's 3 difficulty.
Yes.
I am net 1 failure.
Don't forget your purple, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. 3 purple.
3 purple.
3 purple?
Yep.
Oh, they keep coming.
You were feeling good to begin with, weren't you?
Kinda.
What do we got? Starting with left side. Lock. What do we got?
All right, so I got 1 threat, 1 hit, 1 success.
1 success. Okay.
I am net 1 failure.
1 failure.
1 failure, 2 threat.
Okay. So what happens, Locke, as you're sitting there for a second, you're training because you're familiar with this and your experience from your past. Something smells different about this cabin. As someone, it smells almost like gas. Someone's gassing your ship.
Oh no.
Gris, you immediately feel lethargic. Your strain of like dealing with the computer and running around has finally caught up with you. You pass out.
What?
Victus, your experience from the vision, and then you're trying to meditate, and especially under a new way, as you're trying to calm your emotions, something that is different than how you've been raised and taught, you seem to slip back into darkness, and you don't know if this is the vision or if this is your meditation kicking in.
No.
Locke, Locke, you're feeling real groggy.
We need Johnny.
Locke,
That was awesome. That was good.
as you will pass out as well.
That was really good.
Beautiful. So for the sake of this, you guys will be back to full health and strain.
Yeah. Just woke up in a med bay.
Yep. Not quite.
Yeah. Quite the opposite, in fact.
Quite fairly
bare.
You're in a torture, Jake.
Little did you know. Yeah. As you guys awaken, each at your own time and pace, I would imagine Locke, with his success, probably woke up first, or at least earlier than your other two. What you feel is there's a bright light. Your vision is blurry. There's kind of a buzzing as you're trying to regain your senses. The sound of a thrumming, like an engine thrum. As you look around, you are each held in mechanical binders that are pulled against the wall. You are able to like walk around only a little bit, about 3 or 5 steps from the wall. You can see each other. You are dressed down to your skivvies, and essentially across the way from you in this area is what looks like a few panels. They seem to have your vitals up there, showing your health, your fatigue, your like mental readings, your psychological readings. This place looks clean, except when you look down, you can see that there is some filth stains that no amount of cleaner can actually seem to ever get rid of.
Are we in the same room as each other? You said
Yes.
we could see us.
Yes,
See each other.
You are in essentially.
We're in a cell together.
Yeah, you are in, well, not quite a cell. You were correct, Victus. You are in some type of an interrogation area that doubles as a cell.
Got it.
Because the best way to get information out of others is to watch pain happening.
Are we laying down on anything?
You were seated, like slumped with your back against a wall. Your left and right wrist are each chained, or as they call them, binders, and mechanical restraints that are chained to the wall. So you can like stand up.
Got
you
it.
can kind of turn. Like you can turn around, pull it, or you can just walk forward about 5 steps.
Got
It
it.
allows you to kind of get some privacy from away from each other. Essentially, if you were to get close enough to each other and you reached out your hands, it would be enough for your fingers to have about maybe an inch apart.
I see.
It's enough for you to be close, but just enough to be helpless.
Is there the binders, are they such that if I pull farther with my right, my left gets shorter?
No,
Okay, so they're
they're equal in distance.
As soon as Locke comes to, and realizes that he's actually restrained, he's just gonna start testing it, just like pushing it, pulling it, and walking it, just like just getting mad. Like,
If you
what
want to
the hell
try to
is
break
this?
them, you can attempt to.
Yeah, I want to try, but
All right, give me. Let me look it up real fast.
I don't think I
I'm gonna
will.
watch Locke. Well, as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna watch Locke fight against him.
Yeah.
Can you give me a athletics or coordination, because it depends. Are you trying to brute force it or slide out of them?
Brute force.
Okay, then give me an athletics with a 4 difficulty check.
This is gonna give me some strain here. All right, so let's see.
Exactly what you spoke to.
Well, there's one, and then there's no. So those cancel, right? And those cancel, and I got one advantage.
Okay, so you can regain strain, which you already have
already
full
have.
strain.
But I get nowhere.
So essentially what you do is you are pulling them. You actually feel confident. They aren't as sturdy as you thought, but it would probably take either a good while or
hell is this?
like a technique to break them.
Hey, Victus. All right. So for all you guys, do you think they're listening?
Well, I wanted to roleplay this out because it's kind of important. Victus, as he wakes up, he's in chains. Which the last time this happened was six years ago when he was still a slave.
Because many more years have passed.
Are we going to go back now and you're going to give us a little...
I was a small Twilight boy and right off. The Ventala family was no, I'm just kidding. No, so yeah, he just woke up and he's in chains, and I mean, 6 years for me, the rest of the galaxy might be a different time frame, but that's not here nor there. So I am going to immediately start to panic. I want to know if it's okay if I can take a cool check to see if I
Absolutely.
if I panic or if I manage to keep my calm.
Let me ask you this: how terrifying? Because there are fear checks. How
Okay.
terrifying is this for Victor?
This is his fear.
Okay.
His fear is to be a slave again.
The highest a thing could be would be 5 difficulty, so 5 purple dice.
Okay.
Do you think that would be 4, meaning that because you have began you broke bondage and became a Sith, or were becoming Sith? Do you think that would affect, or do you think 5 would be understandable?
I think
for him?
5 would be understandable.
Okay,
I
then
don't
five
want.
it is.
I think this is his greatest fear.
Absolutely. Then that's what I would say.
It's like the equivalent of you being like buried alive or something
yeah,
like that. You know what I
100%.
mean?
Absolutely.
And you wake up like this, and you wake up to someone else trying to get out of their chains. Like
Yeah.
the whole situation
Yes.
is.
This is such a triggering event. Absolutely.
Huh.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I did fail, but not as badly as I thought I would have. Honestly. So 2 failures, 1 advantage.
2 failures, 1 advantage. Okay. So how I would imagine that would look to Victus, you don't have a panic attack, but you're definitely, as you're awoken and your mind takes a second to gather as your bodies and eyes adjust, it snaps back. I think you start having flashbacks. Would that seem like something that
Yep.
as you're seeing, and then you're trying to get, every time you think of your training, there is no peace. Peace is a lie. There's only anger.
Yes.
Yeah.
My eyes are sliding back and forth, left, right, left, right, left, right. I'm like twitching against my chains, kind of thing. I'm leaning forward, and I'm going to start to get a little angry, I think, because of this. But I'll pause there and let anyone else roll.
Well,
play.
no, that's exactly where I would have been. It's like, Victus! Victus! Focus!
Okay. Yeah. So I hear Grist yelling at me, and I'm like, I'm sure you guys have had experience trying to talk someone down when they're having a panic attack. It's pretty difficult. So he's like, he's slowly. He's not looking at you, but he's like, looking down at the ground. What is it?
So I know you can pull things. Can you split things? As I push my bonds forward.
So I look
Can
up
you
out of the corner.
pull them apart without pulling my arms apart? Focus. Focus, man, focus!
So you're hoping I could pull one of your chains out of the wall?
No, I'm hoping that you can break one of the bonds off my arm.
Oh, that's pretty.
But not pull my arm through it.
That's pretty fine and delicate. I don't know about that.
I don't know either. That's what I said.
Just pull the flesh through. You rip that skin off with it too. People always forget that part about handcuffs. It's always the part of the movie they never like to talk about.
I mean, I don't know. Would you consider move as a force power to be dexterous enough for me to pull a cuff apart?
You realize the Grist's idea is if you can move a goddamn ship. Right?
No, I totally
you can
get
bend
it.
a stupid little
Let
wire.
me ask,
That's his
based
thought.
on the perks you have, the
No,
talent feats,
I do
do
not.
you have anything that allows
It's only strength. Wait, like
I like the idea
my
of it.
class perks or my force perks?
the force perks? Like, so
No.
what are things that you have in there? And
I only have strength. I did not do any into magnitude or anything like that. I
Yeah,
just
that would
purely
be-
about moving things that are heavy.
Gotcha. Then
awesome.
what essentially you would be doing is you would just be Chinese finger trapping his physical flesh and blood wrist from metal, and you're like, something will give
Give it a
for.
ow, stop.
guys are
Useless.
testing out these methods.
All right, I want to walk back to the wall and
Yeah.
look how they connect in the wall when what happens.
Gotcha. So let's handle Grist first. So Grist going back to the wall, as you're like, ow, 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 and you look at it, they are actually, it seems to be like attached to the wall, not welded, or sorry, not like placed, but like welded to the wall. As you're kind of looking back, you can see that as you're looking around the room, it's this not white, but like this kind of like Durasteel room with the scanners aside. As you turn to look back at the wall, you hear the swoosh as the door opens. There are two other companions looking forward, Victus and Locke. You see a Gand. Gands are those three-eyed species of the original Star Wars episode.
Like bug-looking people.
Bug-looking people. They have the three, like, two eyes, two regular eyes, one in the center, like with the stalks, that brown skin. This guy is wearing a dark leather. As he moves in first, you can tell he has dark leathered armor going from neck all the way down to gloves. You can see that across he has a bandolier from his right shoulder to his left hip. Across it is what some of you would know is instruments of persuasion.
Oh, God.
We would call it. As he steps in with his thudding boots against this cold steel ground, another individual steps in behind him in a kind of a white coat. This one looks like a zabrak female who it begins like looking at the readings on the charts. She says nothing. Her skin is the brown, similar to, I believe, yours.
An
is
Iridonian? That was my
Yeah.
question. Was she an Iridonian
Yes.
or a Dathomirian Zabrak?
She looks to be an Iridonian.
Okay.
Zabrak.
Just dodge a bullet there.
Guys, you don't
Guys.
understand. We got real lucky.
We do not want a night mother up in this piece.
Yeah.
She
We would be dead.
Yeah, so she kind of reads, turns towards the Gand, nods, and walks out.
Victus, try playing. Oh,
The Gand kind of just watches you guys for a moment. Just all three eyes, like he's directly in front of
I'm
you,
just
Grist.
straight up watching
Each other eyes watching each one of you, the center and the stock, watching Grist. There's just this kind of silence that seems to go on for a while.
do you guys feel like no matter where you move, he's watching you? Like I'm leaning left and right at this point.
As, guys, we gotta make it okay. As he does, he talks, of course, in this Gand language, so it's that whoa, blah, 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 begins to speak, but in basic, you guys would understand. I see your rest was well.
Yeah, and not necessarily comfortable, but yeah, I mean, a pillow next time would be nice, and I wouldn't mind some water.
As he does, he
Can you
walks.
see all three of us, like, all at the same time right now?
He chooses to ignore your question. He actually walks over. There's like a little slide set. Moving piece, like a closet or a cabinet, opens it.
When
and
he
actually,
walks over, do the eyes still stay stalking?
No, they sadly face
All right.
forward.
All right, so I'm getting the feeling
yeah.
that where he, if he wants to see something, there's some focus
Yeah.
between at least two, maybe all three of them. Okay, all right. Phew.
he grabs this strange little like plastic Capri Sun looking pouch, pulls out like this plastic thing, begins to put it towards Victus, like near your mouth, enough that you would have to walk forward. Like, so he's gonna make you pull your chain all the way out.
Does it look like it's something for me to drink?
It looks. You would know that during your travels, this is kind of like the equivalent of a water bottle.
I don't.
You don't know what's in it,
Right.
but you know that this
No,
is
exactly.
like a
I don't.
water
I don't
bottle.
go for it.
There's
I just stare at him and I don't move.
What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it, Victus? What's
He
wrong with it?
He continues like with his arms still out. He just walks across that same line to stand in front of Grist.
Should I drink it? Should I drink it? Is it safe? I look at the guy. Is it safe?
He says nothing. He just looks at you.
Victus?
After you keep looking at him, he moves over to
Wait,
Locke.
I didn't say.
He moves over to Locke.
As soon as he's in range, I'm spitting on him.
Ooh, I like it. Where are you spinning? Like just on
Like on his
general
face.
One of the big old eyes.
Yeah. So as it kind of like hits near his like upper near his nose and cheek, like under the two tendrils, you kind of got between like the field goal kick, spit. I would give it to you.
Yes.
Especially because I'm assuming you like ran forward
Yeah, I
and
was
locked a
prepared.
loogie.
Yeah, I was-
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like breath weapon.
You see him like still keeping his hand out with the bottle. You see him like reach for like a chest like part. He undoes like a little like a latch button, and then pulls out some type of cloth, rubs his face, folds it, and then with that one hand putting it back in, and then he keeps his hand out for about 2 more seconds. Are you going to drink from it?
No.
Then he pushes the bottle back, closes it, and goes and puts it back in the closet. as he steps back in front of you with his eyes facing.
And again, now he's on the three-way split.
Yep, on the three-way split, he's looking at you guys. Well, I'm introducing myself as Gon, Gon. I wanted to take this time to get to know you. I'm going to give you a fair bit of warning. I already know what I want to know. I just want to see if you're going to lie to me. This can be a very easy thing, or this can be a very hard thing. This is again all in that language with that wobba, wobba, wobba.
Mm-hmm.
As he continues to talk. So, let us start from my left. Zabrak, what is your name?
I pull against my chains and just make them clink really loudly. What do you want with us?
That wasn't my question. Zabrak, what is your name?
Name's Locke.
Good.
Which, by the way, is like the John Smith of Zabraks. I mean, like, there is a lock on every space station from here to Naboo. Just so we're all clear with that.
Yeah. I know a lot. As he then towards...
Is he Zabrak?
Yes.
Yeah, as he looks towards his... You see his main eye kind of like seems to focus as they were all looking at... It seems to like... You know when people look at you and you're talking to them and they kind of have that glass eye where they're like, yeah, they're in the back part of their head. His eye seems to like clear up and focus on you.
Well, like, as he's walking away, I want to, like, lunge at him, but then the chains catch me. Like, I'm going to get you. You're lucky I got these chains.
Hold me back! Hold me back!
No. As he turns towards Grist. Squib, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Grist.
Good. And as his eye focuses on Victus,
That was it. That one was easy. This will be good. Do we get out now?
He looks at you. Twilight, what is your name?
Victus.
I see we've all chosen to be intelligent people and beings this day. This is good. I can report back to my master.
Who's that?
As you ask that, you see that he reaches towards his left hip and presses what looks like the cylinder with like a button top on it. As he does, you feel a shock run through your iron bindings.
Oh, shit.
Take 1 strain.
Okay.
The new rules will be you will answer when spoken to.
Okay.
Do
so
you
only when
understand
speak?
these rules? As you ask again, he takes take another strain. Obedience will be learned.
What do we already know?
Grist, shut up.
As you ask again, Grist, you are tased a third time. And this one he doesn't let go. He holds it. Quit it! As he holds it for about 2 more seconds, so take 2 more strain. As he sits there. I see one of you will be difficult to educate. As he like sits there with the thumb over it, he like lets go and pulls his hand back to in front of him.
Victus, this entire time, has did nothing but glare, and my eyes have not drifted from him for 1 moment. This is
all the bad memories.
The whole caged animal thing.
Oh, this is well. He is like, this is my new life goal, and I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah. I have another window to find, guys.
Correct. I need to find a very short walk off a very tall building for this man.
Yeah.
Where's 6? What'd you do with her?
Your companion is having her own special interrogations. Which brings me to my question. How long have you been traveling with the faleen?
How long have we been traveling?
Like 2 weeks.
Well, no. Remember, things that you guys have had a 1 month time together. You've been on a mission. So you've been together
Month and a
about
half.
I don't know, 5 weeks? Yeah?
yeah.
Yes,
that's fair.
Lock?
I mean, you characters would know about 5 weeks. Yes, that is correct.
But I still would have done
Yeah.
exactly what I did.
Yeah, as you were doing the math and figuring out, he looks to all of you.
Shut up.
It's funny because like when you guys talk, he doesn't. Most species would like make a face. His is very like set in stone. Where did you meet the faleen?
And I'm going to turn and look at Locke.
Who's he directed
not
this
happy.
You hear the
Yeah, I'm not happy.
as you try to cross. You have to step like 3 steps back to like because essentially only one arm.
Right,
can-
I get it. Yep. To move back, but I'm still, and I'm basically glaring at Locke with my mouth shut.
On a space station.
You
Obviously defiant. I answered defiantly.
Yeah, you say on a space station. As you do, he goes back to his little button His hand moves. His left hand moves down to his belt line with the button. You see him like use his index finger to twist it, and then he shocks you.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
it wasn't
he
me.
shocks Gris.
Don't lie to me!
Don't lie, or
I was already like,
don't lie, or the mouse thing gets it.
Anyone lies, or I'll burn this squib into roast. You guys ever make a grilled cheese sandwich with a D-fit? That's what this is gonna look like. Yeah, so he tases you, you take one string. I will ask again, where did you meet the faleen?
and I don't look as pissed. I'm still staring at Locke, but I don't look as mad anymore.
It's just want you to know, you guys are being shocked. That smell of burnt like flesh and is beginning to emanate. Especially yours, Gris. That fur, that burnt hair
horrible.
smell is beginning to fill this room, and you're realizing they didn't put really good ventilation in this
That's
system.
torture enough.
Yeah. So are you going to answer him a second time?
I mean,
Real quick, I'm going to take a side glance at Victus just to see what Victus is doing.
I am at the end of my chain still, just like locked with this guy. I have not moved, nor said, nor blinked.
And I'll look back at Locke still.
so like, is he within spitting range still?
Yeah,
or
he's
did he like step out of spitting range?
He's essentially in front of Gris, so he's a spitting range. It's going to take a good spit, but you're going to get kind of more on his like stomach down unless you kind of aim high and try to arc it onto his head.
Indirect fire.
Most people can't spit as far as they think they can spit.
Right.
You're like, I can spit 6 feet. You're like, no.
So no matter what we say, what
So
makes you think we'll tell you the truth?
your character? That's how you
Yeah.
answer. I know the truth of where you met.
What are
the
you
fallen.
questioning us for?
I'm questioning your loyalties.
We don't really even know you. Why would we be loyal to
Yes,
you?
we're loyal to 6. You got us.
Oh, yeah. We're loyal to 6.
You see him kind of like keeping his hand at the button. He releases it and like pulls it back to his chest again. What do you know of your falling companion?
Again, I cross my arms and look at Locke.
She got a nice set of boots. She usually talks her way out of a lot of things. If she was here, I wouldn't be talking right now, most likely. I'm a little pissed off about that, but it's the
She's
way
a pretty
things
good
go.
pilot.
She manages to fly us out of a few things here and there. Yeah, that's true.
I'm again going to look over at Victus, notice that nothing's changed. Kind of curious about that, but then look back at Locke.
You got anything specific you're after here? Or do you just want me to just generalize about everything we know about 6? What's going on? What do you want?
Has 6 told you about her past?
You know, she's pretty tight-lipped about what went on before we ran into one another. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. She told us about how she got
Gris?
upset.
He shocks you as his hand goes down and shocks Locke. Squib.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the floor and
I'm
looking
glaring
at the
at
wall.
Gris.
Yep. Not looking at Locke and certainly not looking at the bug guy. I got my ears down. I got my head down.
So you're refusing to answer him and trying to like hide your presence.
Yep.
He actually let me do some. What did he do? With your refusal to answer, he responds in a sterner tone. Squib, answer me.
What?
What did the falling female tell you about her past?
You mean 6?
As you ask, what he does is actually surprising. He moves quickly and jabs you in the face, gives you a quick punch. Let me get my dice over here. So I'm going to see if he actually hits.
Does he get close enough to headbutt at any point?
No, he just comes up and just does that like one quick jab across the nose. He's trying to essentially let...
I got a headbutt full of horns waiting for him if you ever get close enough to it.
I'm going to take, and I need 2 purple because it is a brawl within a brawl. I need a blue because you are restrained. And then he gets another blue as well.
Right. Big roll here. I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's always a good sound when the DM
Well,
sounds
keep
like
in mind, depending on how tall he is,
Yeah.
he is having to punch down.
No, and apparently that gave him
Substantially.
some decent leverage. Because I can show you.
You don't need to show us. We
Yeah,
believe you.
he did get a critical. I'm just letting you.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Can I
Star
get
Wars.
2 D10 real fast? Need to give me a D100.
There it is. Yeah.
We're gonna see what he did here. So he criticaled on you. He got some. Apparently, he has some good leverages and knows how to strike. As he brings his hand down, it shatters your nose. Stars go fill your mind. You just hear kind of a ringing for a bit. He hits you for 94 on a critical chart, which is at the
Oh,
brink.
God, like 94 wounds.
like,
No.
I blow up.
No. So it's a 94 critical.
Grist! There's just a little smoking spot of hair.
So your skull has the action or the critical chart is called at the brink. The target suffers 1 strain each time they perform an action.
Okay.
He pretty much fractured your skull.
And what is the wound?
His
it's
wound
no
is-
actual wounds?
He hits you for 4 damage.
But he,
Totally uncalled for.
So yeah, I mean, as soon as he hits Gris, Locke's just pulling at his chain as hard as he can. Maybe try to break free.
If you want to try to break free, I'm totally allowing that.
I do, but
Absolutely.
what was it, a 3?
Yep. Okay. And I'm willing to add a blue because it sounds like you're pretty frustrated about this.
And I'm mopping the blood with my other paw and then looking around and I guess wiping it on my undershorts.
2 failures and 2 advantages.
Would you like to use the advantages to heal your strain?
Yeah, I got 2 strain.
So perfect.
Do that even if I fail?
The advantages are still used as a means to upgrade. So this way you're constantly fluctuating.
I'm just struggling. Like this guy, just better hope I don't get out of here.
As he steps back, you see him kind of shake his hand real fast to get your broken bone and flesh off his knuckles. He goes back to standing with his hands in the forward position. What are your intentions with the Black Sun?
The who? What? The who? Who are you talking about? That's not 6.
Oh, I'm looking at Locke. If Locke's starting to say something.
So he's asking me. I thought
He's asking the entire room.
It was a general.
It's a general question. What he wants to know: what are your intentions with the Black Sun?
We're just trying to make a living. I'm just at the end of my chains.
Yes, and we were doing pretty shitty at it too, I gotta admit.
is he in here by himself?
Yes. The Zabrak female stepped out when she saw the charts. You guys can see across if you're looking at it and kind of just taking a second. I know, Victus, you're deeply focused on him, but you can actually see your own vitality charts. Essentially, it looks like your character screen. And it's telling you, like, it shows your body, and, like, you're like,
You're not doing
crap,
too good at
like my character, like, my character outline went from, like, green to yellow. He's here by himself.
You see I'm orange now?
Yeah.
That really hurt.
Like glancing at my companions and myself, are we in the same clothing we were in, or did they?
They stripped you, and they've left you whatever your underwear was at the time.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm sorry.
He takes a second. He lets the air hang as you guys aren't.
So Victus has a collection of bandages that go down the left shoulder all the way to his left hand that completely cover it. Did they tear off the bandages?
No, but
Okay,
you
cool.
can tell that your wrapping was undone and then reattached. Is there something that I, as a DM, would notice from this that might come into play later?
I don't know if it would come into play later, but there is something under there. I mean, I don't know if we want to discuss that.
I
or
would
not.
rather not find out.
Correct.
In this way.
I would not find out this way either. We
Right.
will. We
This
will
is
have
something
it.
that's been since the first episode.
Yeah.
That's been
Excellent.
Yep.
there.
Okay.
I know it is.
We will talk about it afterwards in private.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Yep.
Especially always for reveal. So something that might upset you. After he takes that second, a medic will be in to fix your nose,
Thank you.
and a droid will deliver your meals. He, like, sharply turns and then walks out. The door
What the
closes.
shit was that about? Is this normal? Have either of you guys been in a place like this before?
It's not a place you want to be.
Well, obviously.
And when I tell you to keep your mouth shut, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, okay. But he shocked me when I kept my mouth shut, too. He didn't punch me, however.
After a couple of minutes of you guys being left alone, you don't know how much time has passed from when you were on the ship to here. Things are left very hard to tell your sense of time. The medic comes in, that same Zabrak female. You can see that she has like a gun, like a little administrative like stem gun. You can see that there's some vials of liquid in it. She first walks up to Gris, your computer screen. You see she kind of
The
like
screen
touches
is fine!
She touches a few of the screen things.
Does she have a gun on her?
Just the
Injector.
Just the injector. She doesn't have anything around her hip that you can see. She's just wearing kind of like an open white lab coat.
Do I notice Victus watching her? That is really important to me right now.
What I would ask Victus, how are you were kind of eyeing her, right? You're assessing her to see for weapons, or just a quick question?
I'm locked on anyone who is not the group right now with hatred in my heart. So
Okay.
I am watching her
Wasn't
like a
being
hawk.
discreet.
Then yes,
yeah.
then you would see
Okay,
this.
I was just like, Victus,
Let her fix me, please. This
It's funny, like,
hurts.
Locke is worried about Grist, and Grist is worried about Victus.
No,
Victus is worried about Victus as well.
Victus is worried about Victus doing something to the doctor before the
Right.
doctor helps Chris.
Okay.
The doctor, you can see, is reading your chart, kind of like figuring out what's going on, just double checking.
Just so you know, it wasn't orange when I came in.
She turns around, like not sharply or quickly. She just kind of like looks at the screen, turns. She talks to you in basic. Will there be a problem, or can I administer this aid?
No, administer it. Definitely administer it.
She walks up to you. Are you at like full pull, or are you kind of just
No,
sitting?
I'm hold back with my fingers on my nose. I'm trying to get the bleeding to stop.
She comes up, like, I'm assuming, are you like sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
She like kneels down a little bit, like squats, in a way that she could like jump back. You can tell just from that feeling. As she like looks at your face, I need you to look up, holding your nose back. She's trying to get a light
this?
on. Yeah, you see,
Like
she
this?
reaches into her pouch and like lights up your nose.
Guys, she's doing anything weird. I can't see what she's doing.
And then as you're kind of like neck's exposed, she just jabs the gun into your
Down,
neck. And
that's not the nose!
after a couple seconds, you hear in your own head, you can feel the bone kind of as it's beginning to like reconstruct itself. That stim pack is kicking in. She kind of sits there. Is there any pain in your nose right now?
Is there?
It went from a searing pain by this point to like a numb like throb.
So it's throbbing, you know, like when you get punched in the nose.
As she begins to like, you can see that she's like, when she's talking to you, like she's not talking to you. She's looking at your eyes, like
Right.
she's talking at you. But
Yeah,
she
no,
is
I get that.
assessing you.
I'm just a specimen to her.
Yeah, she's just seeing if your pupils
it.
are dilated, all those things. After she feels satisfied, she stands up, goes back.
Wait. Can I get? And I'm showing her the blood all over my paws. Can I get something?
It's all dried and
a towel or
nasty.
something.
She like, you can see she's like holding the gun, kind of like lowers it, looks at your hands. The droid will take care of you.
Wait, the food droid?
Yes. As she like looks quickly at your charts, makes everyone like sitting there, seeing that people have received strain. Sorry, like just...
If you have something to finish, you can finish it. But I want something before she leaves.
Absolutely. Thank you for letting me know. She'll look at all of you. If you continue to struggle, you will continue to have a difficult time. I recommend using your rest wisely. And then she's going to step out. What would you like to do?
The moment she locks eyes with me, like if at any point she does,
She'll look at each of you to make
right?
sure.
I want to say, free us now. I'm not intimidating. I'm just making a statement, a command.
Matter
Actually,
of factly.
Yeah, no, I like it. She actually holds, because she was looking at each of you, and then she kind of holds and sits there. Give me an insight.
Against.
vigilance, perhaps. I don't exactly know what I'm rolling for.
What I'm trying to do is I want you to see if you can see like an expression cross her face, or if you can read her face.
I mean, maybe vigilance would be my
I think
argument.
it would go under vigilance. It's
All
how close to detail are you paying attention to?
And what am I rolling against?
You're gonna roll against. I'm gonna say this is 4 difficulty,
Oh boy.
but Victus, I'm gonna give you in particular a blue.
Okay.
By saying you in particular, are you referring to the others being able to roll as well?
If you would all like to see it, you could, if that is an open thing. But Victus in particular gets a blue because of your own personal background and story.
No, I would be watching Victus.
Because Victus just made a comment, so I know that's why it's that against both of you.
Wow, it's a good start. It ends really fast.
So total of 2 threat. It was a really good roll with a lot of
Yeah,
doubles.
it
So
was.
that would be 2 strain.
Yep.
What you're looking at, her face feels cold and harsh,
A face I've seen before.
but something is weird about how long she lingers. Like your own instinct and your connection with the Force tells you that something's weird, but her face belies nothing besides not even hatred, just complete
Indifference.
indifference. As she does, she turns and walks out. You guys
The
are
second
left
time I'm gonna
alone.
blow blood
now it's
out of
just
my
like
nose.
it's like bloody phlegm by this point.
Yep. And I'm not blowing it like right where I
Yeah.
sit, but to the side. Actually, I would blow it onto the wall.
Yeah. Just give it that nice. When these were nice steel walls, now they're like yellow greenish. Do you guys want to roleplay more, or would you like me to kind of move next step?
How long is it going to be between the next step? Is it like 5 minutes or is it 5 hours?
It would be essentially 5 minutes. Food is coming quick.
Okay, then we'll wait.
Okay. What you see next is the door opens and closes. You see a droid step in. This droid looks like kind of an older version of a personnel droid. So when you see it, think like C-3PO, think more of square, kind of computerized body, maybe not the most well-defined arms, more kind of like what we'd know as like grapplers with a ball joint move, and what looks like little clapper hands carrying a box containing 3 trays, like a bento box. The head is more like what you would think of a C-3PO head, with the light eyes, that same humanoid kind of look, and then it goes down to what looks like actually armored leggings. The big thing that you notice about this is this thing's body, looking at, though it's an older model, it is kept surprisingly clean. Still, what some would say, in mint condition. It's hard to tell exactly what model it was because its body is made up of an amalgam of different ones. But the biggest thing that gives it away is there is, on the top of its head, kind of like on the left top temple, a restraining bolt has been put on top of it. The droid moves up, sets the tray, like the tray box down, disassembles the 3 parts, and brings you this wonderful looking gray slop in a fair amount of quantity, and then a small like juice box of water. As it puts it in front of you, slides it forward, moves over, like almost like very Japanese tea ceremony style, moving it to you guys. As it does, it kind of like stands up, like turns, and begins to walk out.
Whoa, wait!
It stops, like turns towards you guys.
The doctor lady said you were bringing something for this. I don't know, bowl of water, the towel, something.
The droid like is looking at you. You can see its eyes are kind of like flickering on and off. It's like
Yep.
It turns. Apologies. As it moves towards the closet where there was the water, it pulls out what was that water bottle. You can see it pulls out some bandages and rags, and then walks animatronically towards you. Please extend appendages.
Okay, I can't do it with the face, but I wouldn't mind. Are you washing me?
Please extend appendages.
So I put my hands out first.
It pours water over your hands, and then it uses its little claspers to like grab your hands. And then it moves the towel.
And I'll do my best to like also clap and rub them together.
It kind of like stops. You see its head kind of turns a second, like trying to get a better angle on your, as it's like slowly
Right.
moving your hands about. Cleaning complete.
When they're mostly complete, or when I think it's as clean as it's going to get, I quickly reach up and touch my nose. Does it feel like if he does that shit to my nose, it's going to hurt?
No, your nose by this point is feeling already
So
way
We
better.
can reach our noses? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because they pulled
Yeah,
in,
when
they
I
allow-
pulled all the way to the wall.
Yeah, they allow you to walk through.
Okay, so we can, if we can sit, we can reach our
You can
noses.
essentially wipe your bottom and do everything you need
So
to.
then I'm gonna be like, I can't really extend this, but what about this? And I'm doing like the circle thing around my nose and blood everywhere.
Yeah, trying to just, like,
I'm gonna
okay.
lean forward, and then I'm gonna look down at my food, and I'm gonna push my food trays away, and then lean forward again.
Please close visual optical lenses.
Okay, I figure what that is, and I close my eyes.
It squirts you with the water bottle in the face, and then as it begins to like printer style, down your face.
He's not doing anything weird, is he?
It's just cleaning down your face. Then it finishes, and it's like cleaning complete.
Oh, that was actually pretty good.
Thank you.
The droid like picks up its items, leaving your food there, puts everything in the cabinet, and then before it leaves, it kind of turns to you. It looks like it's scanning you guys. Please enjoy the refreshments provided.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring over the gray poi. Fingers into it.
As it does, you realize the droid, as it turns, hits the wall, kind of like stutters for a second, reshifts itself more center-wise, and then moves out.
Interesting.
Door shuts.
Yeah. Now you guys.
All right, seriously, what the hell was that? I've never ever seen a droid do that.
Some kind of malfunction, perhaps? I'm no.
But I mean, look at the condition of the bot. It was in like, I would call it pristine.
I'm no robotist. And aren't you the mechanic here?
I am, but again, I've never seen that happen.
Well, not very experienced then.
It's not uncommon for droids to be miscalibrated by people such as these.
It's not a Roomba. I mean, it's supposed to be able to do optical connections from its body and face to its feet.
So maybe something's wrong with it. What's your point?
Well, I mean, if it's got problem, like, what if there's some kind of, I don't know, like interference, ionosphere, something like that? Maybe, and I'm gonna pull against the chains. Ugh.
Like, did the droid seem to have any removable parts that could be used to, help us get out of these?
I mean, these things. There's no lock. It's just,
No,
It's just a clasp.
It's a clasp.
It's
It's a magnetic
we would have to
clasp.
figure out
We would need
a way.
like a crowbar.
You need
No, crowbar would hurt.
you can either like rip it or slide out of it. It's essentially they're just magnet lock. If you've seen the easiest way to do it is if you remember when Obi-Wan and Anakin are like spinning around in that like blue force field, you have essentially they look like lug nuts around your wrist, attached to a chain, attached to a wall. You can break them. That is an option. And if you're asking, does the droid look weird? Yeah, the droid looks like it was put together. I would say this because you have jury rigor, correct?
Yeah.
The talent. Yeah, this droid's been modified. If that's what you're kind of trying to hint at.
Well, I mean, so far we've only seen the inside of this cell, so we don't know the general
Layout and the look of it.
hygiene of the rest of the facility. Is I guess my point. So, if this droid is drastically cleaner than the rest of the facility, like it's brand new, or it was newly reassembled, or it was recently confiscated, like if any of those things would stand out, I would be interested in those things. But I don't know. It just seemed odd to me that it was a little clumsy, but also clean and clumsy. What's that about?
Is the food actually palatable?
Oh yeah, this
Just
is
wanna let
very
you guys know,
stereotypical.
This stuff is actually not bad.
It's
kinda like Mom
in
used to
space
make.
traveling fluid. It's
Not really the same.
easy
color.
to preserve. It's not bad. Essentially, someone made you like a high class MRE.
I don't trust it still.
It feels like hours.
As I'm licking the plate, what do you mean you don't trust it?
So as hours pass, Victus is going to finally calm down a bit, and he's going to be just sitting with his back up against the wall. And I'm trying to bring myself to focus and meditate and relax, both mentally and physically.
Victus, are you gonna eat that?
I kicked my plate.
Yeah, I've already got locks.
Okay.
I'm going to. So do you say that in the middle of me meditating?
Yeah, because you turn away from it and be like,
Right.
Victus, you gonna eat that?
I kick it, but I kick it hard enough to slop it onto the ground. Like,
I'm not eating.
To do that.
So you're not going to eat, and you're
No.
making a mess.
yes.
Good to know. I need to know this for the future.
I am doing everything I can not to drop any of it.
Yeah.
I know for me on the planet that if you go without food, you can go without food for a long time. So I'm gonna take in all the food.
Yep.
I'm gonna check with Locke if he wants the wire. Other than that.
So once the distractions are over, I'm going to continue trying to calm myself and relax. I would like to attempt, if possible, to relax and kind of slowly slip out of my cuffs if possible.
So you're trying to coordinate like slide? Then absolutely.
Okay. So my coordination's pretty good, so that's why I want to try to slide out of there.
Gotcha.
And I'm rolling against, what was it, 4 purple?
4 purple.
I'm assuming this whole roll is like over the course of like 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, what we'd say is pretty much you guys were given a meal. They're giving you a long lunch, so it's not been like 6 hours. It's been about an hour to 2 hours. Victus, one other thing, because I want to add this in, you did try to cool yourself down and calm down, which is very important for those who don't know, because when you're angry and hot, your flesh actually gets kind of fatty. So add a blue because you actually tried to literally cool yourself down. So add a blue.
Total of 1 success, 2 advantage.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm going to use those 2 advantage to reduce my 2 strain.
Yep. So you are able to calm yourself. Your hand kind of shrinks down enough that you can feel it, and you move your thumb. There's a slight pinch. It definitely is an uncomfortable feeling, but not enough to cause any type of wound or pain or strain. You are able to slide out your first lock, pop out the second. You are now in this room, unshackled. Your 2 companions are shackled. Your tray is upturned and made a mess of.
I'm not saying anything, but at some point I'm gonna notice that he's moving free.
Yes.
And if he looks over here, I'm gonna react.
So the moment I'm free, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to walk over to the tray of food that I intentionally knocked over, and I'm going to scoop up some of this like mush. Mm-hmm. I'm going to approach Grist and start applying it to his wrists as lubricant.
I'm not gonna say a word.
Yep.
I'm just gonna put my wrists out.
Easy. So, are you going to not say anything, or are you just kind of giving him a look?
Oh yeah, I'm I'm expecting everyone's intelligence to hold out here
All right. So you're gonna try to escape as well, Grist?
Yes, I am.
All right, are you
with gravy wrists.
Gravy Grist. He's putting slop butter on you and getting you out of here.
Okay.
So same difficulty at a blue.
Is that how you escaped originally?
No.
I relaxed and just kind of like,
He limp wristed himself out.
yeah.
And then what am I
Coordination.
rolling?
Coordination or athletics, depending on how you are trying to get through. Are you trying to break out or are you trying to slide out?
No, I'm trying to slide out.
Then it would be coordination.
Oh, can I assist him at all?
Yeah, I would allow for assist on
Is
this.
that a blue?
Agility die if he has 4 agility.
If
I have 4 agility, yeah.
yeah, if you are combining, then you would add hit.
It's a no.
One failure net.
Okay. He's kind of struggling as you kind of see Grist. You're like, he'll figure it out, and he's like, and you're like, oh, you try to like pour more gravy as he's just like frictioning it. I'm imagining, and you're like, let me look. I'm gonna do this. As you're like trying to like pop his thumb down, and like, no, this is, it's not
like,
seeming to work.
All right. Chris, you keep working on it, and I take some of the extra stuff I scooped off
Yeah.
the ground and bring it over to Locke and apply the same to him.
Have you ever seen a cat with like its hand stuck in something? That's Chris.
You hear the chain.
I put my feet on the thing and start pulling. Yeah.
All right, you gonna try to get out of here?
Yeah.
All right, are you going to?
So you're using my agility, so you get one more green,
Yeah, against 4 purple and
a blue for my grease.
a blue for the grease.
All right.
Nice! Oh, shit!
1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1 and 2 advantage. 2 advantage. Yes, 1 and 2 advantage.
One is success. 2
So, yeah.
advantage.
No, it's
that's-
better than that. It's way better. Than
No, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
No, those are threats. You have 3 successes,
whoops.
no advantages.
Man,
That's still good.
I gotta figure these icons out.
That-
Okay,
that-
yes, 3 successes. I know, but I just forget when I go to
It's
add
bad
them.
with shapes.
But I
We'll
see-
get to
I see
kindergarten
Ty,
soon.
Like roll, and then he just figures out his roll right away,
To
and I'm
be
like,
fair,
I want to do that.
To be fair, the good dice, the success is a bullet blast.
Yeah.
The advantage is like the rebel sign. So like very easy, iconic, like to know what they
Yeah,
are from
that's a
one
good
to the
point.
other. We're like, what's the other one? It's a triangle, and then it's the
Empire.
Imperial
Yeah.
galactic symbol, and you're like, what do they mean? And you're like, they're essentially the same thing.
I like
really
the
couldn't tell
triangle.
you.
Personally, when I see the triangle, I get excited. When I see the explosion, I'm like, oh no.
Because it's a bad thing normally.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
just me, but-
you made it out easily.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look over there at Locke and like,
All right, let me ask, Locke, is there anything you want to do now? that you're-
I yank my arm out. Oh, thank you, Victus. And I'll go and work to help this little bloody.
Grist. Okay. Victus, what are you doing as fun as well?
The locker that's in that room, I want to open up and see if my stuff is in there.
So as you go to that cabinet area, no, what is in there besides a new water bottle? So apparently there's a like locker on the other side, like a two-way, like if you've ever been to the doctors and they
Yep.
have the urine restroom, it's just like that. Essentially there's a new filled water bottle.
I
There-
take that and start drinking because I'm very thirsty, but I couldn't accept myself to drink it
Yeah.
earlier. But I'm like, oh, thank God.
I
I'm
will.
like-
I will bite the hand that feeds me.
Right.
Totally.
so I'm going to be like chugging this water.
It's essentially like a make-together med kit. There's towels, there's bandage wrappings, there's a stim pack in there for emergencies in case the interrogator gets a little too
Right.
passionate about his work.
Yep.
Yep, that's what you got.
Okay, I'll wait till.
No, go right ahead. Any other questions? Because we still are on you.
Yeah. I'm going to try to open up the door then.
Okay.
If that's all that's in the room, I assume that's going to trigger something. So I'll wait.
Yeah, we should.
So go.
Just hold on.
So Grist, go ahead and try to pull out your wrist out as well.
Yeah, I don't give you any agility because I have the same agility.
Are you going to help him strengthfully pull it out?
I will, but I don't think the strength or agility helps him.
No, you guys are equal.
All right. Try it again.
I mean, I am helping him for.
There's only so much gravy, guys.
3 threat.
What is your little hand
He's
stuck to?
he's like, hey, you know what it is? It's the fur.
overdid
It's
it.
matted and knotted under
It's
there.
the
That's
same problem. It's the thing.
Why did they have to
I'm
use
super small?
children cuffs on
I
them?
am normal size.
You. that was great.
Some people consider me to be tall.
I'm going to come over here and then I'm going to assist Chris. I'm just like, God, force be with you. Come on. And I'm like, pull, and I'm going to assist him.
Yeah. All right. One more time. Go again, Chris.
You have a lot of strain from all this. hey, no.
So I
Are you
have,
gonna go unconscious?
So, yeah, or so this it actually mentally works. So I have 2 successes and a total of 4 threats. So it's the
No, no. Okay.
What's your total strain at right now?
I am at 11 of the 13 gone.
Oh my god. So your character is like so like
I'm exhausted.
I mean,
He punched me in the face. I've been bleeding. I mean, I did eat and drink some, but
All right.
yeah, no, I'm completely tuckered out. I'm probably sweating.
the moment Grist is out, I'm immediately going to go towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you find anything in there? Can we use anything as a weapon?
Okay. As you do go to the door, it opens.
Oh, it opens right. It's not locked.
Shit.
Yeah.
You just walk up and
And here's why. Because as you look outside, this is for Victus, because Victus is the one looking out. You guys are kind of getting together and like arguing. Victus, the Empire has clean. This is business level clean. This is like high-end hotel. There is nice, like marbled floor as you look out. What you can see is immediately as exiting out, you can see a hallway leading directly across from you about, I would say 100 yards, like a football field's length.
Okay.
There is...
Pretty long.
Yes, it's a very long hallway. It's big enough that you could easily have two people walk side by side and easily like a hydrolift. A
Zamboni.
Get that Zamboni. Like essentially it's you can move. Yeah, turbolift. That's what I was looking for. Like turbolift move. Like this is big enough and wide enough that large machinery or large equipment can be moved as well. There's actually plants of different species like layered out. This looks almost like a business office.
Is there doors all over the place, or is
There's one large door, so down the 100 yards, about at the 50-yard line. At the 50-yard line, there's another like large double doored where yours is a single panel. This is a double panel, and then all the way at the other side, you can see there is another single panel door at the opposite end of yours, and above it, you can see in the basic like neon lighting, it says medbay. You can also see looking to the left, the hallway opens up and leads around a corner.
So there's another hallway to our left.
Yeah, so you have essentially this. You have like the first part of an H.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, I think we should go left.
left. You think left?
Yeah.
What do you see? I mean, what are you seeing that you want to go
Are you
there?
going to stealth and look up, or okay? Give me a stealth check. This will be.
I mean, I'm looking out.
Yeah,
Because the thing is
there's
open. I'm just
nothing
saying-
in that.
I'm asking him what is the reason why he wants to go left.
Because I can't see that way.
Stealth with against 2 purple.
Cool, thank you.
2 difficulty.
Sweet. 2 success.
Cool.
Yes.
Yep.
It's 3 success.
Was that a threat? I thought that was a failure.
That was failure. It's 3 success.
Oh, got it. 3 success.
Yeah, you move up to like the corner and you can peer around. As you move up and look around the corner, like, are you low, high? Like, how are you kind of like doing this?
We're doing the 3-person thing. lifting up the door.
Right.
Grist is at the top.
Yeah, exactly. It's a classic 3 where the shortest guy pokes out of the top.
As you look around, so about a couple feet in, you can see that this does make an H look to it. In the center of the center hallway, there looks to be another door. You can tell easily from it in the buttons on the right side of this that this is an elevator. Past it, though, you can see past that to the other side of a similar hallway. There is, looking back further, this is about 75 yards, you can see a black elevator door. There is no buttons on it that you can see. Again, there are still different plant life around here. It looks, and they're like even chairs. These would be like business benches. Those kind of like plush leather.
I don't hear anyone.
People? You don't hear anyone.
Okay.
We need to find our stuff. I mean,
Agreed.
even if we could blend in, and I step back and point my underwear, I don't think this is gonna work
No, it's not going to work.
unless we find a steam room.
I'm going to continue to creep forward. So the first thing that we're going to encounter is that elevator, the normal elevator?
Yeah, the center elevator, yes.
Is there, if I look inside the elevator or on the outside, is there any kind of like, you're on floor blank?
Yeah, so this is a 2-way entrance elevator.
Okay.
Essentially a door on one side, a door on the other, left and right, north and south, are actually walls that just have a generic like computer panel. It shows you as that you're on mid-floor. You can see that there are only 3 floors.
So it's low floor.
Mid, lower, and then hangar. You can see easily on this map, accessible. Where you came from is known as the guest rooms. Directly as you kind of look towards your right, and you now see it, there's a big green sign that says Droid Bay, and then there was the Med Bay. Guest rooms, droid, Med Bay. To your left, there's just nothing marked, though you can clearly see that there's something that looks like an elevator. Top part says security, bottom part says comms.
I don't know where they keep our stuff. Probably security, I imagine.
I would think so too. Exactly. By the way, how did you know to do that? I mean, the hand thing.
Oh.
How'd you get out? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's not my first time I've been in chains. That's neither here nor there, though.
Do I want to ask?
Later.
Okay.
All right.
What about the rest of our team? What is Locke and Gris doing?
Standing right there talking to him.
Gotcha. Locke, what about you?
What I was just doing.
By the way,
I do want to kind of like assess the area for like improvised weaponry of any sort.
There's
I don't know if
potted
there's, like,
plants.
Pot plants. Yeah, I was gonna say potted
there's
plant.
benches.
Yeah.
Is there a big, nice, thick, healthy stick plant?
Yeah.
Bamboo.
I'm gonna wield the cactus, the vibro cactus.
So yeah, we're kind of facing. If I got this right, we're kind of facing down the hall. To the left, I mean, at the end of the hall, there's the med bay. To the left, there's the droid bay, and to the right, there's an elevator. Or did I get that backwards?
So
The right's to
start
the
with the
droid
floor
bay.
plan of an H, and you guys came from the bottom right side of that H.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Sorry, I know
Okay,
my
yeah,
descriptions
okay.
can be a little rough, so I'm
So
glad
I heard
everything
the
clarified.
H, but yeah, okay, I got it. So the droid bay is over here. Yeah, okay. I guess I'm just kind of watching our back for the time being. I mean, I feel like
Yes, that's better.
a fish out of water for the most part because these are long hallways and we have no weaponry and no cover. So
Yep.
I'm kind of ushering. If we dally, then I will usher us forward. But otherwise, yeah, I want to make sure we keep moving.
And it sounds like our team's heading to security.
Victus, your arm okay?
Because I'm noticing his arm is bandaged.
Well, you've seen it's been banned.
I know,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm asking you now.
Is your arm okay?
I kind of like hold it and like rub my hand, be like, yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I can look at it when we get somewhere safe.
No, won't be necessary. Appreciate it.
As you kind of stealth up around the corner, there is no one in this entire walkway, which has been surprising.
Yeah,
So
I am very surprised.
when you round the corner, there is another H. Again, front side being security, elevator in the center, and then comms at the south portion. As you move up to the double doors, are you going to do anything in particular? You're trying to stealth in? You're just gonna
Stealth
come
in, absolutely.
Come in fist ablazing, stealth
On
in.
Kinda.
our way, before we stealth in, give me 1 second. I am going to. So again, Gris doesn't really have control of his powers, but Locke's talking. Talking. There's no one out here. I'm kind of feeling weird about that. I start immediately feeling the predator thing. Like, are we being watched? Are we being set up? And what I figured, God, there it is, sense. So I'm gonna roll the white die.
Yeah, so you're activating your force sense.
Of course, it's got to be dark
too
side.
dark. Beautiful.
Like,
But I think it would still come to me. I'd be like, there, something's tracking. There's got to be people. It's got to be. I am ready to do harm.
Gotcha.
That's the way I envision
Yeah,
it.
you feel hunted and you feel like you're being hunted.
So
or hunting.
the user may, because I only can use one of those points anyway. Or no, that means I have up to.
So you have 3 points. You have your original activated point, and then you have 2 dark side points if you choose to use them to up whatever.
And that's
points-
right, because I don't have any extension for it.
Yeah.
So all I have is this. To sense all living things within short range, including sentient and non-sentient. And as we get right before he's getting to the door, I just get the feeling of.
So as you reach into you don't realize you're reaching into the force.
No, I don't.
But your animal instincts.
Right,
hone
we've been
through
walking for a
evolution,
while.
yeah.
We walked half a football field and nothing showed up, and I don't see like the little
Yeah.
camera
Yeah.
watching me. Like I'm starting to feel like, okay, this is set up. When is the
especially-
creature going to jump out of the tree and attack me?
especially with them telling us from the get-go that like we know already who you are. We're just testing you to see if you're lying. So like
Yeah.
it naturally sets the tablecloth that this is just another test. And so that's sort of what Locke is expecting them to just come busting out at any moment from around the corner.
So as you begin to like reach into your primordial, like your evolutionary survival instincts, you begin to almost feel your mind expand out. You feel something, but it doesn't feel like when you've been on your home planet or if you've been on Lenak. Like, it doesn't feel. It feels like a part of Lenak. It feels where it's not organic, it's mechanical. And then you kind of, it takes a second and you realize there's droids behind this door. There's a droid behind this door. There's a circuitry behind it.
Okay.
That's what you feel. You don't feel any organics because short range is roughly within one of these hallways. You don't feel anything from like past that center elevator. So there might be.
Wait. There's got to be something in there. I mean, I just not people. I mean, I think I would have felt that, but something's in there.
Well, I figured it might be something in security.
Yeah.
Do you want your stuff?
I want the stuff. I'm just saying, be prepared.
I appreciate
I
that.
figure, Locke, you go low, I'll go high.
Sure.
I'm kidding, of course.
All right, I want to open up the door.
I am ready to rush in. I'm standing open field low, ready to rush in.
Beautiful.
And if I get it open, I'm going to rush in and go left.
Berserker squib.
I got it! I got him! Alright, give me a stealth check first, because you are trying to enter quietly, even with this.
And is that each of us separately?
You are going as a team, so
Alright.
this can all be used together.
2 purple still.
This will be... Let me see.
So I have stealth at level 2.
Ooh.
This will be...
So what's better, two yellows and a green, or 4 greens?
2 yellows are better than greens.
Yellows are always better.
Yellows are super greens.
But even if you get 2 greens for a yellow, it's still preferable to roll
Because
yellow.
the yellow has the critical chance. It has a higher chance of success.
In addition to that.
Because right, you would roll 4 greens and he would roll 2 greens and a yellow.
No. We're doing it together. This all combined.
You
Oh,
all
we can
combine.
assist on
Yeah.
that.
So
Because
my
you're
other
a team
I'm sorry.
trying to stealth.
My other question is, in addition to that, I get 2 blues. As such, I get a blue to all stealth checks unless the opposition is immune to force powers.
Ooh.
And why is the other one?
So you're like a stealth force stealther?
Yes, I am a shadow.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to me at the beginning.
That's
But
what
you, but you
squib
never use your
shadow is?
abilities.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, we've literally never.
No, you've never seen me do anything. Yeah, I know. And then I get
It's like, well, that's what a shadow does.
I get it again for sleight of mind. I have it twice. I have 2 blues. Does he get my 2 blues?
Yes, because you are collectively as a team adding all your benefits, and it is against. It is going to be 1 purple, 1 red.
Ooh, I don't provide a lot of benefits in this scenario, guys. Sorry.
Okay.
That's all right.
You-
That's
you
the
have
point
other
of the team.
purposes. I just want to say, look at the variety.
I'm
of
just
it.
saying
that's
It's very
I'm
pretty.
saying-
This is a very full
Oh.
3 advantage.
3 strain healed.
For everyone?
I would say you can each heal 1.
I don't need.
If,
I don't need
if you
any.
don't need it, then that passes off to
I'll
someone
take
else.
2.
All right. So, Locke, do you need a strain heal?
I took
take
2, but
3.
then I healed 2 from trying to get out. No.
All right. As you do, you kind of like lean close. Actually, Gris moves forward first and is kind of like showing you to like how to walk around. You guys actually move quietly up to the door. The door opens, and that's where we'll call it tonight.
Oh my god! Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcasts or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. That's ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, MD Parker 4, Chef Francis, Crowman76, Loading Mad Cat, M. Coling, November Stevenson, and Rosix13. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.